Hey guys, Haz here at Shield K9, and today we are going to be talking about the 3 keys to success when training your dog to ignore distractions. Too many dogs have an inordinate amount of excitement or stress when it comes to dealing with strange dogs and strange people, or even just strange animals in general. The goal of our training program is to neutralize our dogs to all these environmental distractions and create a dog that is completely focused on the handler and very neutral to the environment. This is the kind of dog that becomes reliable in public. This is the kind of dog that you can rely on to listen to you and to follow your instructions regardless of what's going on around them. So in this video, you're going to see us training a number of dogs, and hopefully this will help you in your training journey as well. Key number 1, stop allowing your dog to interact with every strange dog in person, whether it's positive or negative. Any association with people or other dogs is going to be counterproductive. Use your leash to prevent your dog from interacting with these distractions. Now, the reason that we say this is because the leash is the only surefire way to prevent your dog from interacting with strange dogs and people. It's not that we want to avoid these environmental distractions. What we want to do is we want to just prevent an interaction. The reason for this is because whenever your dog achieves an interaction with a strange dog or a person, whether it's a good interaction or a bad interaction, your dog has basically been rewarded for seeking that contact or punished. Either way, it's going to create a counterproductive response from your dog, whether it's an excess of excitement or an excess of stress. So what we do is we use the leash to simply prevent any unproductive interaction. Now, a lot of people feel a certain amount of social pressure to allow their dog to interact with strangers and with strange dogs, and we say to you, say no to unproductive interactions. It's not going to help your dog, and it's not going to be productive for you in teaching your dog to ignore these distractions and be reliable when out in public. Key number 2, frequently reward your dog for engaging with you around distractions. Make you your dog's priority. Promote engagement by using food, praise, and play to maximize your value to your dog. This is something that we start early on in the training process here at Shield K9. We promote that engagement in the young dogs and in the puppies. We get them out around the distractions, whether it's strange dogs and strange people, and we teach them that there is no value in the interaction with those entities. All the value is in interacting with the handler. All the good things come from the handler, and the dog begins to learn through habituation and through repetition that all things that they love come from the handler, whether it's food, praise, or play. And I can't say it enough, use that leash to prevent the dog self-satisfying with the environment by going and jumping on that strange dog or barking at that strange person. It's so important that the dog learns that all drive satisfaction, all good things come from the handler. And this is something that's done through many, many repetitions and generalizing the training, which we're going to talk about a little bit more in key number 3. So as you can see here in this video, all these dogs are in close proximity to one another, but they are completely engaged with their handlers, except for that one loose dog that we have running around the training room. Key number 3, generalize your training by repeating keys number 1 and 2 everywhere you go. This is a major failure point for many trainers and many pet owners. They only do their training in certain specific areas, be it the training facility that they go to, be it the field that they train at, or maybe it's in their backyard or their kitchen, and the dog becomes somewhat proficient in the obedience and in the reliability there. However, anytime you take the dog to a different environment, the dog completely falls apart. And this is true regardless of what method you use to train your dog. If you do not generalize your training, you are not going to have a reliable dog. The way that you do this is you take your dog anywhere and everywhere that you go, whether it's PetSmart, the hiking trail, the local park, your neighborhood, and you teach your dog. It doesn't matter where we are or what's going on around. The rules still apply. You don't interact with strangers, right? You also do not derive satisfaction from engaging with strange dogs and people. All good things come from me no matter where we are. Now, just to be clear about this, it's important for you to understand it's okay for your dog to have occasional interactions here and there. But in the training process, especially in the beginning, we really stress the emphasis on minimal interaction with strangers. Now, that's not to say that you can't take your dog around strange dogs and people. As you can see here, all these dogs are in very close proximity to strange dogs and people. But all these dogs very clearly understand that those strange dogs and those strange people have zero impact on what it is they're doing. All the importance comes from the other end of the leash. And you can see that in the behavior of these dogs. Some of these dogs have only been here for a couple of days, and you see how fast they are already understanding this concept. So train the way that you want to live. You're not going to be living in the training room, and you're not going to be living in your kitchen. So you must train your dog anywhere and everywhere.